I've posted a couple of pictures of my ramen, and one of my good friends, Zeb, has asked me how I make it, so I'm going to show you the quick way to do it with like the instant packs without making your own broth and stuff. You're going to start with some gochujang. Like, it doesn't really matter the brands here, but I'm just going to show you the stuff that I have. Gochujang paste. Very first thing. Not a lot, just a little. Let's start off with that. Next, we're going to do the premium Shin Black beef bone broth, sorry if I can talk. Doesn't really matter what kind you do. I do all of my different flavors the same, just like it depends on what I'm adding to it. But for this one, is good for adding steak, which is what he plans on doing. So we're going to go with this one. You're going to open that thing up, and it's going to come with 2 seasoning packets. That's the red and the gold, and then it's going to come with flakes. That's this green packet. We're going to leave the flakes to the side for last. We're going to go ahead and throw those seasonings directly on top of the gochujang. Next, we're going to add a little bit of soy sauce, fish sauce, sesame oil, and Worcestershire and mix that together and put that in the bowl. Now, I have some mixed all the way together already for small portions because you just need a little bit in there. I don't actually have Worcestershire sauce. I'm just showing you what you should be getting. And don't make fun of me for how I say that either. Worcestershire sauce, fish sauce, sesame oil, and whatever soy sauce that you want. Like I said, this is my old fish sauce. This just has all 4 of them combined in here ready to go. And then I will show you how much. Be very careful with the fish sauce, I should say. The fish sauce and the sesame oil, you should only be like a tiny drop of sesame oil, like a legit drop. And then maybe like 3-4 drops of the fish sauce. That's all you need. It's mostly going to be Worcestershire and soy sauce if you can't tell from the color. If you put too much sesame oil and too much fish oil in this thing, it's going to taste like a peanut or a straight fish, and you're not going to want that. So, all right, we got our fish sauce, sesame oil, Worcestershire, soy sauce, all mixed together with the gochujang and the seasoning in the bowl. And you're just going to whip this together. Try not to leave any clumps. Now, clearly I've added a little bit of water to this, but I've got this to where it's nice and like thick. All right, just add the water as you need it, and you just want to get that into like a concentrated slurry. I know this looks weird. Stay with me here. We're going to put that directly in and then add the water. All right, I've mixed the water together all good, and then I flip the noodles over to make sure both sides are wet, and this is going right in the microwave. Say whatever you want. Hey, 333, that's cool as fuck. Say whatever you want, but we're going in for 5 minutes, and I did use my middle finger because it's a middle finger to you, bitch. Fuck you. I've already got some sliced up green onions for the top, so we don't need to do that, and I don't think I need to make a video on how to slice green onions. I think you can figure that out. Moving on to what I can show you, I want to show you this. These are going to be the absolute game changer for your ramen. These are soft-boiled eggs soaked in gochujang, water, a tiny bit of soy sauce, a tiny bit of Worcestershire sauce, a few crushed cloves of garlic, and chili oil. Okay? You're going to soft-boil the eggs. If you don't know how to soft-boil those, you're going to boil some water, wait till it boils, drop the eggs in for exactly 6 minutes. Make sure you use a timer. Take them out, and then immediately drop them into a bowl of cold ice water for exactly 6 minutes. That'll make the perfect soft-boiled egg. The shells will come off easy for you, and then you just, like I said, soak these. Mine have been soaking for a few days because I eat a lot of ramen, but 12 hours is good. 6 hours is even good. Hell, even an hour is good. But, you know, the longer they sit there, the more flavor they're going to soak up. That's what those soft-boiled eggs are going to look like. They're definitely not cut evenly, but you know what? It is what it is. Those yolks are going to be so good and jammy, and they're going to have a nice umami flavor to them as well. Now, the brand might matter a little bit for the chili oil if you don't make your own, but this is fried chili and oil. This is what I use. This is what you're going to need next. Now we're going to start by adding the eggs in there. to let that warm broth warm those eggs up from being in the fridge. Otherwise, when you bite into them, they're going to be cold. The noodles are going to need to cool down anyway after you nuke them for 5 whole minutes. So that broth is going to help warm up those eggs. Then you're going to add your chili flakes in there. And after you add your not your chili flakes, your soup flakes. After you add your flakes, you're going to get a little spoon, and we're going to take that chili oil and just drip it all throughout the bowl and one in the center of each of those yolks. Got your chili oil drizzled in there. You're going to add a little handful of fresh green onions in the center. And if you're going to add your steak in there, you can cook it in there. You can slice it, grill it, put it in there before. I don't care, however you do it. How I did it is I took a leftover steak from the day before that I didn't finish. It was about that much steak. Sliced it to about 8 slices and then fanned it out in the middle with the green onions on the top. I'll put a picture at the end of the video.